So hi guys, in this video let us discuss a contest on CodeChef called Scratch Code. It happened today. It was from 12 o'clock to 2, but due to some server issue there was a long queue, and actually when I submitted my second solution I did not get a response only. So I went to take bath and did other work. I came back, then it was judged. So I did not give my complete 100%, but still I could solve three problems completely. And the fourth one I could do it partially. Fifth one I have not tried only. Fourth one I think I can do better. I will, when I get the correct solution, I will make another video. But for now, I just want to share all the solutions and all the I would like to discuss all the problems that I have done. So let us read first question. Actually, this question got the majority submissions, but this is the easiest question, I would say. Find the number of contiguous subsequences of A, that means subarray, whose sum is 0. So this is actually a very straightforward question. And if you want to look at my solution, then this is the solution. Actually, if you have done any question like this before, you can instantly do it. Like, it is just hashing. What you have to do is take an unordered map and calculate the prefix sum. This is the prefix sum over here. Maybe I can increase the, yeah, so this is the prefix sum over here. If the prefix sum is 0, increment the answer. And if you find sum minus k in the map, then increment answer by that sum minus k, whatever the value is. And continuously increase this, like store the prefix sum in the map. This is how you do it for any value. Actually, I have taken k as 0 over here because they have asked subarray of sum 0. So subarray of sum k, this will work. So this is the general solution actually. So that was actually the first one. It was easy only. Now I'll show you this Candy Rush. Candy Rush, it is basically matrix. You're given R into C grid and n targets. You have to keep one bomb in any cell XY. And if you keep it on any cell, all the cells in the row X will be destroyed and column Y will be destroyed. Our aim is to destroy maximum number of targets. So this is looking very easy, but I got partial correct only. So this is my solution for this problem. So just take two unordered maps, M and M1. In one of them, you increase the xi value, and in one of them, you increase the yi value. That is, you have n targets, right? So n targets, n coordinates, xi, yi till xn, yn, like that. So take two maps and increase both, put them, that basically store them in the map, okay? Then check for every cell, every ij from 0 to r minus 1, from 0 to c minus 1, and calculate the max value like this. So if I is present in the map, then take the count of that. And if j is present in this map, take the count of that. So basically what I'm doing is, in that grid, every point I am calculating how many points lie on it in that row and in that column. I'll repeat once again. In that grid, I am calculating for every single point how many points lie on that row, how many targets. When I say how many points, I mean how many targets out of these n targets. How many targets lie in that column and in that row. I need maximum value because I can place only one bomb in one place, right? So that is why I'm doing this. But this I got partial correct and others TLE. I think there is a better way. I will think again later. I'll do a better video on this. So for now, this is my approach. So that was this problem. Let us see this one. In this problem, we are given a string, okay? And we have to split the string into two strings such that when you add the two strings, you get the same string. But one condition that in both the strings that you split it to, digit 7 should not be present. So for example, over here, 2745, okay. They have split the string into these two parts. You can see there is no 7 over here. And multiple answers are allowed. So actually, I submitted this and I was kind of overconfident. I thought it will be correct only. And I don't know why I should not have been overconfident, but I don't know why I thought it was so easy. It is actually easy, but it is slightly tricky. You will miss some case. At least for me, I miss a case. If you're an advanced programmer, not an issue. So what I did was I scanned through the string. Whenever I find 7 in the string, I break out. Then I make two strings S2 and S1. Basically, my S2 string has this length, that is S dot length minus I. Why minus I? Because I will show you now, I will explain. So for example, let us take this example 3766, okay. My approach to solving this problem is I will split it into two strings like 3655 111. So I have made changes from this point, that is from this index. I have decreased all the values by 1 and I have made a separate string of length 3. Why 3? 3 is this value, right? What is 3? 3 is equal to length of the string minus I value. I over here is what? 1. So that is why I have made a string of length equal to s dot length minus I. So this is my approach. From this example, I think you will have a clear idea about my approach. Whenever I get 7, wherever I get 7, I will break. From there, I will make a string of length s dot length minus I, and I will initialize it to 1. So I will have a string like s2 is equal to 111. But some additional things, some additional conditions have to be taken care of. That is, see over here, I am assuming that when I'm decreasing this value, it is not becoming 7. But that is wrong because suppose the example was this, okay, 378. According to my method, what will I get? I will get 367 and 11. But that is wrong. because you cannot have digit 7 when you're splitting the two strings. You cannot have digit 7. So this you have to keep in mind when you're subtracting. Is it becoming 7? And one more thing, if there is 0, suppose this was the string, okay, 370. If you subtract 1 from 0, it becomes -1. It doesn't make sense. So when it is 0, the best approach is what? Let it be like that only. But in this string S2, which contains only ones, change it to 0. So my S2 string, which earlier had only ones, will now have a 0. So basically what I'm doing is, I am just modifying the original string and making a new string. I'm making two new strings. One string is derived from the original string. Another string has only ones, and maybe it will have either 0 or it will have 2 in the case of 8 and 0. You try this problem by yourself. Maybe whatever I'm saying is going over your head. First, you try it by yourself. You look at the code, maybe you'll understand much better. The only corner cases are when there is digit 0 and when there is digit 8. So when I first read it, I overlooked this. It was a mistake by me, obviously. I just wanted to share that with you. So this is how you solve it. And finally, print S2 and S1. So that is how I solved this one. So now let us look at the last problem that I got. It is called studs. So basically we are given two arrays and we have to arrange both the arrays in such a way that it is in non-decreasing order, and no two boys nor two girls are adjacent. That means from one array, there cannot be two elements that are from the same array and adjacent. That's what it means. So the solution to the problem is this. Just take the two arrays, sort them, and basically there'll be two conditions. So I will share that with you with an example. So for example, if the array is this 3, 5, 7 and 2, 4, 6, 8, just example, okay? Then how we are going to arrange it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is the boys array and this is the girls array. One boy, one girl, one boy, one girl. No two boys, no two girls adjacent. And it should be in decreasing, non-decreasing order. 6, 7, 8. So this is correct. What if the question was something like this? Some other example I'll give. Instead of 6 over here, what if it was 4? Can you do some arrangement? Let us say we take first boy, then we take first girl, then we take second boy, second girl, boy. Then we cannot take this because it becomes decreasing. It was increasing till here and it became decreasing. So like that, they're asking whether we can arrange given the two arrays. It is actually a very straightforward, simple problem only. Just sort the two arrays and check for this condition. So basically two cases over here will be, you are starting from boy, one case. Second, you're starting from girl. So if you're starting from boy, it is going to be boy, girl, boy, girl. If you're starting from girl, girl, boy, girl, boy. So that's all you have to check. It is very simple actually. In this for loop, I am considering that case boy, girl, boy, girl. If it is true, I'm printing yes directly. Otherwise, I'm checking for girl, boy, girl, boy. If it is true, again, I'm printing yes, otherwise, no. So this was the simplest solution. I felt the easiest problem was actually this one, that contiguous subarray. Next was this one. Here it was also easy, it was kind of tricky. You might have overlooked. So that was the way I solved it. And tell me if you have any better solution, write in the comments. I have made videos on sliding window. I have made videos on other AdCoder and Codeforces contests also. Check out my playlist. Please share my videos with your friends if you like it and if you feel it's interesting. It will really help them also. It may really help them, and I hope it does. So thank you for watching. Bye.